Do you want to know my sewing goals for 2017? Plus, why a tailor likened my hand-sewn buttonholes to cement? Yes, true story. Plus, the reason why I haven't made a proper pair of trousers since 2009. Well, all that and more in my sewing goals for 2017. Hi, it's Jana from The Last Stitch. Well, the year is coming to an end, so I thought I would want to share what my goals are for 2017. And my first goal is improve my tailoring. That is my Achilles heel when it comes to sewing. In fact, I have pretty low confidence when it comes to tailoring because I did try a bit in my early 20s to make jackets with proper labels and collars, but all those attempts turned out a far cry from what I had hoped it would look like. So I just let that go and thought, well, this will be a someday project. But now I feel that my sewing has improved so much that I feel that if I do it again, I might pull it off. I will, however, start with a simple project, or reasonably simple project, which is a jacket from the May issue of 2016 in Burda style. And I love this jacket because it looks quite simple. It's not too frilly, but it still has some tailoring, namely a lapel and a collar, and I plan to do bound buttonholes and also work on shaping the sleeves and the shoulders. Also, this pattern is petite from the beginning. As I've perhaps talked about before, I'm only 160 centimeters, which translates to about 5 feet 3 inches, I think. And thus I also always have to alter my patterns quite a bit to make them petite and hit the waist at the right point. But however, the Burda style petite sizes fits me really, really well. So that is my plan, to improve my tailoring skills. And another thing that has sort of damped my confidence when it comes to tailoring is that a couple of years ago I participated in a tailoring workshop at a local design museum where I live, and among other things, I tried to make hand sew buttonholes, and the teacher, who's a professional tailor, when she looked at my stitches, she said, "They are not supposed to look like cement." And then she pointed at hers, which looks completely different. Well, basically it looks like melted threads. I couldn't get an even stitch. So that was a bit embarrassing. So I hope to perhaps improve my hand sewing skills as well in the future. That is part of my tailoring long-term plan. Anyways, that was goal number 1, improve my tailoring. And my second goal is to make a pair of trousers. Now, I used to make all my own trousers, but however, in 2009 I embarked on a very ambitious project to make the sort of perfect fitting trousers, you know, doing all kind of alterations to avoid folds, wonky crotches, all that stuff. So I ended up making a pair of trousers that I think I spent about 5 or 6 muslins before I was reasonably satisfied. And by that point I was absolutely burned out. And I think this happens to quite a few sewers. Once you start to get obsessed about fitting, it just becomes too much. And what happened was also that if I altered a thing at one side of the trousers, then I caused issues at another side of the trousers. So it was just a vicious cycle. Insert twill tape on a t-shirt or another kind of knit garments. I don't know if you noticed, but when you buy ready-to-wear garments, especially the more upscale ones, they usually have a twill band or twill ribbon in the back to stabilize the neckline. And that looks quite simple, but I found it pretty difficult because it's always a challenge when you're mixing a woven fabric with a knit fabric, and I want the stitches to look perfect in the upper and the lower part. So I have not yet achieved that, and that's what I'm going to try to succeed with in 2017. And in fact, I have seen a tutorial by by a blogger called, I think it's Based and Gathers. Yes, Based and Gathers, Base of Stitches, sorry. You can check it out, I will link to it. And it looks very solid, and I will try to use her method and see if that one works out. Goal number 4, mastering the binding attachment to my Genome Cover Pro. So I want to make that. I've still struggled to get even necklines binding, especially if the fabric is slippery. It does work with cotton rib like the one I used here. As you can see, I've actually used the binder attachment for these, and that worked well. However, when I use slinky, slippery, really stretchy fabrics for the binding, it doesn't really work that well. So I need to get a better method to really make that sure that it looks nice. Goal number 5. And this is a bit of a passion project I'm doing on the side. I'm actually beginning writing an ebook on how to sew activewear. And this book will contain both tutorials on various activewear projects, plus introduction to everything from threads, stitches, materials, and all that good stuff. I'm in the process right now of doing technical illustrations for some of the tutorials, and then I need to make all the photos, text, layout, and this work will take a lot of time as I'm doing this in my spare time. Hopefully this book will be finished in 2017, and also if you have any ideas of what you would like to see in that book, just hit me in the comment section and give me suggestions. I'm all ears because I want to make a book that is really, really useful for everyone who's into sewing activewear. So that was my 5 goals for 2017. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit subscribe, and also check out my blog thelaststitch.com, where I've done tons and tons of tutorials on all things. And you will also read about my pant sew-along adventure in 2009 and how I made a very long process of trying to fit a pair of trousers. I will go back, in fact, myself to check those blog posts to see how I did it, because I do think I have a few things to learn from that experience. So that was all for me. Stitch safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!